is the founder of Blocko and Media Beast. He's an award-winning creative and entrepreneur with a degree in visual communications. With over 14 years at the helm of a digital design agency, he has worked with global names such as Sony, PlayStation, Jim Stark, and the NHS, which is absolutely amazing. So welcome so much.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Super. So, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So, I'm Dean Gordon. I run a media company and a events company called Blocko, as many people might already know. I started out after university in the year 2003, so obviously showing my age. Went on to try and find a job after university, which is actually quite difficult. It's not as easy as you think to just get in and find a job after university. Obviously you think, I've got a degree, I can go out there, people are going to employ me straight away, and that was probably the complete opposite to what actually happens. So after that I went on my own, took a stance in taking a freelance role. With that I kind of reached out to event companies, I reached out to people doing events, because my background was design, graphic design, branding, that kind of thing. So after a while I was like, still not getting anywhere, I'm doing little bits here and there. But then I landed on a company in Birmingham called Fluid Design. So they're a design agency in Jewellery Quarter who do gaming design around the world.
Wow.
So I got a place in there, and before I knew it, I could see that I had something about me in design, because we were landing projects like EA Sports, FIFA. I was actually the designer of FIFA 2004 with Ronaldinho on the cover. Maybe you guys know.
Can we give him a round of applause for that, please?
So that was in my kind of earlier stages, and then we went on to do more gaming design and stuff. And I thought to myself, obviously, if I can do it for these guys, I pretty much could do it myself. So I took the risk of trying to start my own business, which was in 2008, which was called Garvey Design. Was with a bunch of friends. As you do, you think, okay, we're going to start a business, things are going to be great. A year or so on, that doesn't exactly happen, because people work differently, people have different things about them. So I started my own company, Media Beast, which I still have today, in 2010. Again, didn't have much clientele at the time, so I was out there trying to go into printers, places to see if I could get any kind of work out there. But it was difficult at first, but what I noticed that my skill set and what I had was getting me more and more work, and I was thinking, okay, then it's going to keep going. And from there, I'm here today with 15 years later doing the same business, big companies, like you said, NHS. And I think it's because I kind of put myself out there. So yeah, that's kind of the journey, and that's kind of where I am today.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And when you kind of worked with these big brands,
Yep.
how have you gone about it? Because obviously, like when you've worked with your first big brand, you didn't know what you was probably doing.
Yeah, I think in the early days, it's a case where, unfortunately, you probably don't give yourself enough credit, because you just think, oh my God, I'm a bit scared. I need to basically do everything they say just to get the work.
Yeah.
But what I noticed is, as long as you give good quality, communication, probably one of the biggest things when working with brands or working with companies. Like, make sure you have good communication, because that's when most things kind of collapse. If you don't communicate well with brands you're working with, they switch off, they obviously think you're not interested, or it just kind of damages your brand. So communication is always key, good or bad. Even if it's something you're maybe late on, just give good communication. I think that's just helped people trust in me, trust in the brand, because I always deliver on what I say, and I always give good quality as well. So that's pretty much how brands have kept coming to me. I've never really advertised as such, but people seem to think, okay, then if I go to Dean, I'm going to get what I need to get. So, and I stand by that. So yeah.
So communication, 100%.
Absolutely.
Always being quite honest about things.
Absolutely. 100%.
And obviously, you said you haven't had to do a lot of advertising.
Yep.
Is a lot of your network through kind of events or through companies that you've worked with?
I think a lot of it's been word of mouth.
Yes.
So I don't think you can get much better than that, because people, they believe what they believe, and they push you on. But I think when someone does pass you on, just make sure that you represent them properly. That's what I would say. Just make sure you give what you say you're going to give. So yeah, that's that.
If you could go back to 15 years ago when it all started, what's one piece of branding advice that you would give to yourself?
Branding advice. I think what I see a lot today, and probably still seeing 10 years ago, is too many people just go out there to copy what someone else is doing. Obviously, it's fine to try and compete with people who are doing the same thing. If something's working and you like that kind of space, then by all means, go for that journey. But I think you have to have something original about you. If you haven't got something authentic or something original, or you're just trying to compete with someone on the same thing they already do,
Yes.
I think you're going to be 10 steps behind already. And to better them, you're going to have to go 20 steps harder just to be at their level. So I would just say, if you're starting a brand, just make sure you have something authentic, original, something different, what differentiates you from what other people are doing. Because some people may really like what you're doing
Yes.
rather than what they're doing, so they'd come over to that space. So
Amazing.
I think if it's a case of going out there as a brand, I would definitely make sure you've got something different about you. That would be my advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you do find that a lot of brands and people nowadays, if they see someone's doing something well, it's like a copycat thing.
Yeah.
And you know, the standing out and being an individual is so important.
Yeah.
If you could go back again 14
Yeah.
years ago
Keep going.
and give yourself advice, but as an entrepreneur, what advice would you give yourself?
As an entrepreneur, I think in terms of getting yourself out there, I think a lot of people maybe spend a bit too much time on the wrong things. Like as a brand, I think, especially as a young brand or young entrepreneurs going into business, a lot of people just think, oh, I've got to spend loads of money on getting my logo done or getting it. I would say, yes, do something professional, but don't spend all your money or your resources on just doing your logo, because that doesn't necessarily mean your brand's going to work. Maybe do something professional, get it done so it looks like it can compete, but put the brand out there, see what works, what doesn't work. When you start getting momentum, then you can start investing in certain different areas, because if you just splash out all your money, if you haven't at that stage, you're going to be in trouble if it doesn't work. So I think, yes, go out there professional, but don't spend too much time and money on something you don't know at the start is going to work. Just take your time, test the waters. Yeah, that would be a bit of advice, I'd say.
No, amazing. And I like the fact that you mentioned about like, don't rush to just create a logo and create all this stuff. What would be your definition of building a brand?
It's a little bit about what I said earlier. I think you have to, if you're building a brand, I think you have to have something authentic and different about you. Like anyone can go out there and copy somebody else, but I just think that eventually it's gonna fade out. A lot of people chase the wrong things when building a brand. They just want the money,
Yes.
but money comes, it goes, it disappears. And I think if you ain't true to what you do, you're pretty much going in one direction,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think if you have something really about yourself, build a community. There's a speaker later who I know is about community. And I think, I say that because I work with a lot of events brands, and I think a lot of them have lost the way to actually build good events and keep a community and make sure that you're looking after your fans, I call it. Whereas obviously someone like Buxley, I know he does a lot for his community, a lot for his brand, and he's constantly building. I feel like that's kind of the direction people need to see things like that. Because not everyone sees that. Everyone just sees, oh, I want to make money, money. But I think you need to build your community, people around you who kind of believe in that same kind of, that vibe, your fans, and they'll take you along your way. They'll come with you on your journey, rather than just going, I want your money, thanks, see you later. Do you know what I mean? So build a community, and yeah, that would be my advice. Yeah.
And for a lot of people, obviously, when they're starting out their first business, no one really has a clue what to do.
Yep.
And I know you have a mentor or mentors.
Yep.
How important would you say having a mentor has been for your success journey?
So for me, I didn't necessarily have a mentor at the start. I have got one now, like a coach. He's a friend of mine who I've grown up with. But in terms of mentors, I think it's good to have people around you who can help you. I had a lot of people along the way who have been there, done what I've done. So they share a lot of valuable knowledge. They've been through the heartaches, the pain. So if you can get advice from them before you're going into that, it kind of reduces the fact that you might go in that same direction. Or I just think that getting advice from people who have been there and done it. I love building brands. I've seen small brands, I've seen massive brands, and I feel like there's a formula for all types of brands. So yeah, and I think I've got that in the locker. So
fabulous. Can you tell us a little bit more about your two brands?
Yeah, sure. So MediaBeast is a digital agency. So we did start off in the branding of booklets and printing way back. I keep saying like 15 years ago, so I am a bit older than most people. But we kind of transitioned into app development. We build a lot of CRM systems. We build a lot of back-end products for people. People who are building their own brands. Like some people don't want off-the-shelf things, they want bespoke to what they are. So we can help them build that from scratch. We do the whole process from ideation through to completion, wireframing, designing. And I've just got a whole like roster of a team, great team. I've got one lady over there, Shireen, she's part of the team over there, taking a video. Just having good people around you and good teams around you to kind of get you on that journey. But yeah, so that's Media Beast is predominantly digital design and digital kind of building of brands basically. Blocko is completely different. So that's an events platform. Started out from a trip to Brazil, went to Brazil Carnival in 2017, had the best time ever because it was just like a melting pot of different types of people. We had older people, young people, different races. People couldn't understand what some people were saying, but for some reason the energy and the collectiveness was just, it was amazing. So there were like these parties which were all around the city, which were called Blockos. So when I came back, I was like, oh yeah, I really like that name. So that's where Blocko came from. Wow. It's about the collaboration of different communities and cultures together to build Blocko. So yeah, we service a lot of people, putting on events from 10, 15 people to festivals, thousands of people. So yeah, we built a system which kind of helps people build their brands. And what we're coming out with within the next 6 months is a new platform where anybody like yourself or young people can come on, build their platform and manage everything from the system itself. Wow. Free entry as well, low bar of entry, so you can come on for free, start building out, testing the platform, and then obviously you can scale up from there. But yeah, so that's both the companies, Media Beast and Blocko. Yeah.
Fabulous. So what I want to do now is put it to you guys. Do you guys have any questions that you would like to ask now? Dean has 2 successful brands. He's been able to work with brands as well. He has over 15 years of experience. So this is your opportunity. If you're building a brand, you're wanting to build a brand, if you have an event, to now use this opportunity to come up here and for you to be the host and ask the questions. So does anyone have any questions? Amazing. You got to come to the front. Yeah. Round of applause, round of applause.
Hello.
What was the hardest part of your career, like building those brands?
Hardest part? I think at the beginning, it's like believing that you've got it in you to actually produce. Because what happens at the beginning when you're young, people come and it's like, you're scared to kind of put your true value on what you can actually do. So you kind of shy away, or you're scared to kind of give the price but you know your value. So if you say, I know I'm worth this, but because they're new and I haven't got any clients, maybe it's too expensive. I don't want to give the price because they're going to scare them away. I think now if I was to go back, I would literally be a little bit more positive in the fact that I trust in myself and what I can deliver. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would say on that question. Just trust in what you do. Don't underestimate or undervalue yourself, because I think that if you know what you're doing and you're good at what you do, you'll be fine to go in there as you think you should. So yeah.
That's another question. How did you get the confidence?
To be honest, I'm quite a shy, quiet guy. But I think it's because I just believed in the quality I had in terms of, I'm a shy and quite a guy. I keep myself to myself, but I know the quality of work and stuff I put out there is of a high level. That's the honest truth. So, and I've seen your drawings, so I believe that you'll be just fine.
Thank you.
No. Hello.
Hello there. My name's Eddie. I was gonna say, upon building your brand and you got probably to like a plateau of thinking, am I getting anywhere? Am I building?
Yep.
What strategies and team around you did you have to encourage that resilience?
I think, that's a good point, because there are stages, don't get me wrong, like running a business is tough, man. There's stages where you feel like this ain't working or you need to pivot, which it's fine, you can pivot. There's nothing wrong with pivoting. I think you've always got to have that agility to go, you know what, this might not be working. I would always say, at least try and stick it out for a bit to make sure, but pivot is important. But in terms of having people around you, it's like what I spoke to Belinda about earlier, is mentors. I think people who have done it before, reach out to them for advice if you think, you know what, I'm in a bit of a sticky situation, maybe someone who's done it before can help me. So I think just because I had good people around me, if I got to a situation where I thought, you know what, I'm not sure if this is working, I'll just reach out to the different people to make sure
I
I'm
appreciate that
on the
because
same
one of
path.
the golden nuggets that you've put today is that value of having that integrity of knowing, as a matter of fact, if I pitch myself at this and believe in
Absolutely.
myself, it will come forth. So that's what I want to take from today. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Amazing. So, any
Yes.
last words, Stu?
Well, I just think believe in yourself, as you say. Like it sounds a bit cliche, doesn't it? Everyone says believe in yourself, but I think that is the actual key to getting to where you want to be. Like, I still don't believe I'm where I need to be, but I just keep pushing no matter what the hurdles, what come along, and I feel like, you know what? Because trust me, it gets hard. I'm not going to try to sit here and say it's easy. There's been times where you literally like, is this even going to work? Should I just go and get a job or just knock it on the head? But I think just because who I am, and I don't think anyone would employ me anyway. Because yeah, it's just because I've got quite high standards. And but anyway, I just think that believe in yourself. Don't underestimate the value you can bring, and communication. For me, communication is key.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Lee.
No problem.
Round of applause.